dear health seekers, Inga from Health Origins here. So, this is day 4 on my road to recovery from emotional eating. And as you can see, in my dressing gown. In fact, I'll tell you a little secret. I haven't even dressed up today, and it's evening already. So yeah, it's been one of those lazy days. I did some video editing in bed. We watched some episodes on TV. I cooked a couple of dishes. So yeah, and I just thought, yeah, there's no point. I'm gonna have a bath right now, so I'm really looking forward to that. So yeah, I never even got dressed today. One of those days, and it's been raining. It's been quite miserable outside. Never even stepped a foot out today. But yes, I wanted to update you on my journey. So yesterday was day 3, and that day went okay until the evening. And as I already predicted and knew, it's a kind of Friday night, a movie night, so I knew um, I'm gonna end up snacking, and I did. So we had some, um, one of these cheese puffs, obviously vegan. It was sweet chili flavor, I think, and then what else we had? We had something sweet. I'm trying to think. Oh, I made some black currant muffins, so kind of vanilla flavored sponge. I'll link the recipe down below. How it's just kind of generic type of dough, using instead of margarine or butter or anything, or oil, anything like that. I use ground almonds, and then to that I've poked a few black currants from my bushes at the front, and they were actually quite yummy. So yeah, so I had a few of these yesterday and last night. Um, yeah, and had way too much food last night, and we probably finished eating quite late, probably about 9:30 or so, while we were watching a movie. So yeah, so it wasn't the best of night for kind of mindful eating and not snacking, but I knew that Friday nights are normally that kind of night. However, I'm really glad to say that today went much, much better. Started my day with a melon, had half a melon, and then had some semolina porridge. So yeah, so yesterday morning, well, not morning, about 11ish, and today probably about 11:30 or so, I had a semolina porridge. I really fancied some semolina porridge because that reminds me of my childhood. So in my childhood, we used to eat semolina porridge made with some kind of milk, and then added some butter and sugar. So yeah, that used to be really delicious. I used to love it. For my semolina vegan porridge, this time obviously I used brown semolina, so I had the goodness of the whole wheat grain. Um, and instead of obviously butter, I didn't use any butter. I used soy milk, so homemade soy milk I used. So the way I make it, I made it, I can tell you if you're interested to try it yourself. So it's about half a cup of brown semolina and about 400 ml, 350, 400 ml, depending how thick you like it, of some kind of plant milk. And then I had maybe 3 tablespoons of unrefined cane sugar, rapadura, um, and maybe a tablespoon of maple syrup I had on top, and then a bit of salt, and then I added a couple of tablespoons of coconut cream. So instead of using butter, because that's what I like a little bit of kind of fattiness through my semolina. It just adds that kind of richness and that mouthfeel I remember from the childhood. So to get that, I added a couple of tablespoons of coconut cream. So you can get either coconut cream tins here in the UK, in Sainsbury's they sell them, or you could, take a couple of tablespoons from the top of the coconut tin can. So yeah, so I mix that in with a bit of salt. Make sure it's kind of sweet enough how I like it, and you can mix in any berries. Actually, I had it with some. Yesterday morning, I blitzed up some fresh currants with some sugar and some raspberries, and I've drizzled that on top as well. However, it's probably not my favorite way with berries. My favorite way is just to eat it as is, plain, with a bit of sugar and a bit of coconut cream, just like that. Yeah, so I made me and Mark the porridge today for kind of between, breakfast and lunch. Then I had some sandwiches, some grilled vegan grilled cheese sandwiches with some gherkins and tomato, yeah, something like that for lunch. And then for dinner, I made a new recipe, which was from Forks Over Knives book, and it was pearl barley with some butternut squash. No, sweet potatoes. Sorry, sweet potatoes. So yeah, so it was pearl barley and sweet potato pilaf, a rice with like quite a bit of lemon in there. So lemony kind of barley with a homemade with a homemade burger. So like a okara soy based burger that I made myself. So yeah, and a bit of tomatoes. Yeah, so that was all I had for dinner. I did have some snacks kind of earlier on today, which was we had half a bar of dark chocolate and also some um dried coconut chips, some raisins, and some a mix of nut and coconut chips and raisins basically. So I had a couple of handfuls of that, but I didn't go overboard. And tonight after dinner, I didn't get any desserts, and I'm not planning of eating anymore. And I've got a cup of tea now, and I'm really quite satisfied, and not really craving anything much. I did have an idea to experiment making a banoffee pie or banoffee tart, but yeah, I'll probably do that tomorrow. A bit too late now, and I don't want to tempt myself. But yeah, today has been quite a good day. I haven't been just mindlessly, snacking and eating all day long that I sometimes do, or eat too much snacking in the evening. So yeah, so that is good. So I'm quite happy with that. And it's progress. I am trying to be more mindful of portion sizes as well. So when I dished for the evening meal, normally I would have like half a plate piled with this peel or rice thing, well, or a barley in this case, and also burger, and then a full. So, but I added more tomatoes and less of the barley, and just one burger, not two or anything like that. So I'm trying to be more mindful of portion sizes, realizing that I only need so much. My stomach is only that big. Um, and we don't need as many calories as we think we do, especially if we're being sedentary like I've been today. I haven't burned so many calories today anyway. But yeah, the main goal is to be mindful of why we're eating and really how much we need to eat. I need to be more mindful of that I'm eating not just because it's tasty, but because I need to feed myself with the proper nutrition and not to overdo it with the portions. So yeah, so that's a plus. That's a really step in the positive direction for me to to keep on being mindful about portion sizes and not snacking sweet snacks on top of dinner, especially because that's when we normally tend to grab for things. And actually, when the dinner was ready about 7:30, no, about 6:30, I think, we both, me and Mark, said, well, actually we're not hungry yet because we have eaten maybe not so long before, a couple of hours before, an hour and a half before, so we still didn't feel like eating. So we waited another hour and had food after that when we felt more like eating. So yeah, so I think definitely steps in the positive direction. Still, there's a bit of snacking. Like I said, it's all good stuff normally, but um, still need to do my breath work exercises and to just catch myself why I would be eating something. Am I really hungry, or am I eating because I'm trying to block some emotion? Um, so yeah, so that's something to still keep in the front of my mind, to remind myself to actually think before eating anything. Take a deep breath, do some vagus nerve breathing, like I said in my day one video, um, and then try and pinpoint the reason why I would be eating. Am I really hungry, or would I be trying to suppress, or to kind of comfort eat because I'm trying to push away some emotion, or stuff down some emotion. So yeah, so that's my update. It's a little bit long and rambly. I'm sorry, I'll try and keep these a little bit quicker for you guys. But yeah, let me know how you're doing. And I've set up a Telegram group, like I mentioned in my first video, for us to keep each other accountable if you are on your emotional eating journey, as in recovering from emotional eating like myself. Join that Telegram group. I'll link down below as well. And yeah, let's connect, and I'm happy to keep you accountable, and obviously you guys keep me accountable, which is a win-win in my eyes. So hope you're having a lovely weekend, everybody, and I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Good night.